Five9 Cloud Security Azure Pack extension provides security as a service to protect your data center, your customers, and their clouds. The Five9 Cloud Security Azure Pack extension is the only security as a service solution designed to protect your data center, your customers, and their clouds as a free add-on to Five9 Cloud Security. It is the only way to enable tenants to easily manage their own Windows and Linux security policies through the Azure Pack self-service portal. Now hosting and service providers can secure multi-tenant environments and virtual machines in private, hosted, or hybrid scenarios, while giving users the ability to configure firewalls, intrusion detection, and more. Not only will you enforce protection for your Hyper-V infrastructure and users, you can now also generate revenue by offering security as a service, or SECaaS. This must-have solution for service providers is expected by customers and allows you to differentiate yourself through achieving increased security and compliance with Five9 Cloud Security and the Azure Pack extension. You can now generate new revenue by offering simple security as a service. Five9 Cloud Security Azure Pack extension is the only security as a service solution for Azure Pack. You can increase your default protection policy by making premium security a part of your standard service offering, or provide tenants with simple SECaaS features at a premium. This must-have extension will allow you to stand out from your competition and public clouds, enabling you to attract new customers and generate additional revenue from existing clients. With Five9, not only will you improve security for your own infrastructure and users, but also increase your profit margins from delivering this essential service that all of your customers are going to want to sign up for. You can grow your potential customer base by meeting compliance and regulation requirements. Now that cloud infrastructure has become commonplace for most service providers, hackers are directly targeting vulnerabilities in the virtualization stack. It has become essential that you meet the expected compliance and regulation standards, as some of your customers will be subject to specific guidelines in order to even operate in their market. With the help of Five9 Cloud Security, you can help your users achieve these goals by supporting more regulation requirements while increasing your own potential customer base. You can protect your virtual infrastructure from inbound, outbound, and internal threats. Whenever your public gets access to your virtual infrastructure, some users will try to attack your systems and tenants while also trying to steal sensitive data. Five9 Cloud Security offers universal protection of all VMs, while also monitoring network traffic across all virtual networks. Five9's intelligent design will also learn about your data center and alert you when anything unusual is detected. Now you can protect yourself from all threats and even prevent the most dangerous internal attacks by isolating your tenants from each other and your virtual infrastructure. Let's take a look at the administrator portal in action. The first thing that you're going to notice here is that on the back end, we're still using the core Five9 Cloud Security management server. This is where we are still operating the entire infrastructure that's providing all the different rules, regulations, and templates. What we're going to be doing is hooking into this back-end system using the Azure Pack interface as a different type of web portal. Let's now switch over to one of our many browsers that we can use, and what you see here is the administrator's experience. Now it is important to keep in mind that when you are using Azure Pack, you actually see both the administrator's portal, which allows you to configure the security and objects, as well as the tenant's portal, which is what you get as an end user. Let's take a look at the administrator portal on the back end. Now, first thing that you'll notice here and need to set up is the concept of plans. Now, plans essentially allow you to associate a particular type of service offering with a product. As you can see, we currently have two plans. Let's go ahead and create a new plan for a customer. So I select a new plan, confirm the plan, and we're going to call this our Gold Security. Next, we get to pick which of the different offerings we want to enable. In this case, we're going to want to include Five9 Cloud Security. We have an option to add additional add-ons. These are not available. So we'll confirm the settings, and our Gold Security plan will be made available. Now, we have the ability to go and make this public once we want to start enabling our tenants to start consuming the security services. As you can see, we've already created a cloud security plan, so we're going to go ahead and use this one as part of our demos. From here, we can see that we currently have this one active plan. As we drill into the plan, we get to configure additional services, such as the maximum number of firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and traffic scanning systems that the tenant has access to. In early 2016, antivirus capabilities through self-service will also be exposed and available for both the administrator and the tenants. Now, the tenants have access to consume security services through these plans. With the Azure Pack extension, you can also offer non-invasive protection for tenants with centralized security administration. Tenants expect privacy and often require non-intrusive management from their service provider. Only Five9 Cloud Security's patent-pending technologies offer agentless protection by not requiring anything to be installed inside the VM itself. This makes deployments faster and more secure. Five9 even eliminates the burden for tenants to run security maintenance tasks, as these can be centrally managed by the service provider without requiring any access to the VM itself. If a tenant needs to manage their own security policies, this is also readily available through the Azure Pack self-service portal. As we return to the demo, let's go ahead and click on Five9 Cloud Security. Now remember, I'm still using the administrator's portal. I'm not the end user yet, so all of these provide you with the central management and view of your security infrastructure. Here we see a list of nodes, and we can drill down here to see all of the VMs running on them. In addition to the state of all of our different antivirus services running on each of the hosts, along with any type of historical problems where any of our services has had an issue. Next, we'll take a look at our virtual machines, and these are all of the different virtual machines which are managed through Five9 Cloud Security. Here you can see that some of the virtual machines have been assigned to tenants, but you'll notice that some of the VMs have not been, and these are some of the critical infrastructure virtual machines. Remember that Five9 Cloud Security is going to benefit you by protecting your entire virtual infrastructure in addition to the VMs that your tenants are using. Now let's go ahead and take a look at one of these VMs in more detail that's owned by one of my tenants. Now from here I can see which of the rules they have configured. I can take a look at traffic filtering logs. It shows me the different inbound and outbound traffic. I can take a look at intrusion detection alerts and see any type of threats that may have appeared in the environment. I also have the ability to go look at other types of traffic and see different connections that have been happening for that particular virtual machine. Next, for central management, we have templates, and you'll notice that these map back to the same templates which you have already made in Five9 Cloud Security. From here, we can centrally figure these firewall rules and save them as a global template. This means that our self-service users have the ability to select one of these pre-configured templates and apply it to their own virtual machines, providing an extremely easy security as a service solution for firewall. Next, we can take a look at the user's actions to see what changes have been made in the environment. We can understand our VMM management servers. We can take a look at the actual tenant settings, and as we zoom in here, we'll see that we can see the absolute count of the number of VMs, firewalls, and different security settings assigned to each of them. And this is going to be extremely useful for you if you do chargeback or billing, where you have the ability to figure out which of the different services your tenants have used. And Five9 Cloud Security Azure Pack extension does hook in to other Azure Pack systems, including Cloud Cruiser and Cloud Assert, both of which have integrated billing systems, so you can actually do billing and chargeback for all of your tenants based on the different security services which they consume. Finally, you have the ability to configure notifications. After you turn this on, you're going to receive notifications that come across all different types of events from any of your tenants. This way, as soon as any of your end customers actually have a different type of security problem or alert, we're able to centrally notify the administrator so that they can be aware of the problem and make sure that the infection doesn't spread. One of the biggest advantages that service providers will benefit on with Five9 Cloud Security and the Azure Pack extension is that it allows you to support more tenants on each of your hosts. This means that you're going to have the most efficient security solution on the market for Hyper-V. Now you can reduce the number of servers that you need to support all of your tenants and their virtual machines. This is because legacy endpoint security solutions do not work well in virtualized environments, as they require agents to be installed inside every VM, which causes a significant performance hit, especially for hosting and service providers that try to run as many VMs as possible on an individual host. Five9 Cloud Security leads the industry with scans up to 70 times faster than other solutions, which means that you minimize the security performance bottleneck during these scans, and you're going to be able to run up to 30% more virtual machines on each host. This means that with denser virtual machines, you make greater margins and you can maximize your return on your infrastructure investments. We have now switched over to the Tenant portal, and you'll notice the difference in the interface here because there are fewer options available to the end users. Now remember, what we were showing you in the demo previously was all about the administrator's experience, allowing them to configure and centrally manage the security policies. This is now what the end user is going to see as part of their plan. Now first thing you're going to notice here is that this end user that's logged in, tenant at five9.com, currently has 3 virtual machines that they've deployed. As we take a look at the Five9 Cloud Security settings, we see that they've only protected 2 of these 3 virtual machines. To turn on protection, it's extremely easy through the Azure Pack portal. Simply say that you're going to add a new virtual machine. We're going to find unprotected virtual machines assigned to that tenant. They select it, turn it on, and now this virtual machine has been enrolled in Five9 Cloud Security, providing it with automatic and immediate protection. Now from here, you have the ability to go and turn different environments on and off. Let's say, for example, you're working with a developer, and the developer has certain types of traffic patterns that get identified with intrusion detection. Well, very easily, we can go and turn our intrusion detection settings off. Let's say, for example, this particular virtual machine has unique firewall requirements. Well, we have the ability to very simply apply a template that we've pre-created. So I can scroll down, click OK, and that setting will get applied to the virtual machine. Now from here, we can also go and configure some of the virtual machine settings. So we can define the IP address manually, MAC address, and we can also provide certain types of quality of service for the network bandwidth going to that VM. So this means that we can essentially throttle it and ensure that a single VM used by a tenant doesn't consume too much resources, and at the same time that it gets a minimum guaranteed amount of resources. Next, we're going to go and configure the login level for the virtual machine. We also get to configure how long those logs will be retained and the length of those logs. This means that your tenants will be able to track and analyze their own network traffic patterns without having to rely on the IT department. Finally, we get some additional log retention policies as well. Confirm the settings, and we've gone and edited these default policies for the virtual machine. We can then click on Virtual Machine Groups, and we can see which organization or unit these are associated with, tying it back to the Five9 Cloud Security backend system. This provides us with an easy and centralized way to go and manage all of my different rules in a single unified portal. Next, we can take a look at the templates, and here you'll see both the global templates that were made by the administrator, along with custom templates as well. And creating a template relatively straightforward. Provide it with a name. We'll confirm the settings. Once the template has been created, we can drill into it further, and from here add different IP address rules or ARP L2 rules. Next, we have the ability to view the actions from this particular user, such as creating new rules and groups. And we can also configure notification settings for this particular tenant as well. So in addition to having global notification settings from the admin, we can go on and set alerts for all different types of notification that the tenant may have at different intervals. Let's go back to the virtual machine now and drill into this a little further. So I select my first virtual machine. You'll see that we have quite a lot of rules that have already been applied through Firewall. I can go ahead and check the filtering log on this virtual machine and see all of the different inbound and outbound traffic so that I can analyze how well my particular VM is operating within its network. I can then take a look at IDS, and I actually see that we have quite a few intrusion detection vulnerabilities that have been flagged. I'll definitely want to go and investigate this further. And I could also go and scan our network for traffic and look at any new connection tables that have been created to that virtual machine. From here, I hope you can see the value provided by Five9 Cloud Security and how it is going to enable you to have better protection for your data center as well as your tenants. And here's a quick review of the Azure Pack Security as a Service feature set. Again, it is important to emphasize that you have both the administrator portal and experience as well as the tenant portal and experience, allowing you to control the policies which you present to your end users through self-service. For more information about Five9 Cloud Security, Azure Pack Extension, please visit www.five9.com/WAP or email sales@five9.com. Thank you.